નમસ્કાર દર્શક મિત્રો, હું ધ પ્લેગ્રાઉન્ડ ધ સ્પોર્ટ્સ શોમાં આપ સૌનું હાર્દિક સ્વાગત કરું છું. મારું નામ છે ધ્યાની દવે અને આજે આપની સાથે હું ચેસના અલગ અલગ પાસા વિશે ડિસ્કસ કરીશ. મારી સાથે સ્ટુડિયોમાં મોજૂદ છે ચેસ ઇન્ટરનેશનલ માસ્ટર શેખર સાહુ. સર, હું આપનું હાર્दिक स्वागत करूँ छूँ.
थैंक यू वेरी मच.
सो सर, मैं आपसे ये डिस्कस करना चाहती हूँ कि 2021 में ऐसी कौन सी चेस टूर्नामेंट्स थी जो बहुत ज़्यादा चर्चित हुई और ऐसी टूर्नामेंट्स जो 2021 में बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट थी.
कि फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सबको मेरा नव वर्ष का शुभकामनाएं. और ये जो क्वेश्चन है बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है. 2021 में बहुत सारे इम्पोर्टेंट टूर्नामेंट हुए. चेस ओलंपियाड, वर्ल्ड वुमेन चेस चैम्पियनशिप, मैन वर्ल्ड चेस चैम्पियनशिप, then World Cup, then finally the World Chess Championship. It is all events are very important. though चेस ओलंपियाड में इंडिया और रशिया जॉइंट फर्स्ट विनर डिक्लेयर किया गया. और जो वर्ल्ड कप हुआ उनमें पोलैंड का जॉन दुदा, उन्होंने अहेड ऑफ मैग्नस कार्लसन वर्ल्ड चैंपियन के आगे भी उन्होंने टूर्नामेंट जीत गया, फर्स्ट आए. और वर्ल्ड वुमेन टीम चैंपियनशिप में वुमेन इंडियन टीम को सिल्वर मेडल मिला. दैट वाज आल्सो ए गुड अचीवमेंट. And finally, the World Chess Championship at Dubai, it came to limelight and everybody was watching, millions of viewers, and also a huge prize money was there. And Magnus Carlsen won effortlessly over his compatriot Ian Nepomniachtchi from Russia.
सो सर, जैसे आपने दुबई के बारे में बात की, तो दुबई से मुझे एक चीज़ याद आ रही है कि गुजरात की टीम ने वहाँ पे स्कूल चेस की टूर्नामेंट में पार्टिसिपेट करा था. इट वाज रिप्रेजेंटिंग इंडिया. सो गुजरात की टीम का वहाँ पे क्या परफॉर्मेंस रहा और क्या रिजल्ट आया?
एक्चुअली वो इट वाज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. ड्यूरिंग द वर्ल्ड चैम्पियनशिप, सिंक्रोनाइजिंग द सेम टाइम द इवेंट वाज बीइंग डन एट दुबई. एंड इंडिया से दो टीम गए थे. वो एक चेन्नई का टीम. सो आई मीन आई थिंक दैट टीम वाज द स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट बिकॉज वो टीम में वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग प्लेयर्स, और 3 प्रज्ञानंद थे और वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग 3 ग्रैंड मास्टर्स वर देयर. सो इट वाज इज सिंपली टोटली आउट क्लासिंग ऑल अदर टीम्स. सो द टीम वाज कमिंग फर्स्ट बिफोर हैंड ओनली. एंड जो गुजरात से टीम गए थे, इट वाज ऑल्सो ए वेरी प्रोमिसिंग टीम कंसिस्टिंग लॉट ऑफ यंगस्टर्स. एंड द टीम मिस्ड सेकेंड प्लेस इन अ विस्कर वेरी नेरोली टुवर्ड्स एंड दे सम जेटिसन, और उन्होंने थोड़ा सा गलती से 6th के कुछ आगे पोजीशन, सेकंड चांस मिस किया. बहुत अच्छा खेल प्रदर्शन हुआ. और ध्याना पटेल और ये जो अपना विश्ववासना वाला, इन्होंने भी अच्छा खेल प्रदर्शन किया, लेकिन बहुत कम मार्जिन में उन्होंने मिस किया चांस. इट वाज ए गुड शो एंड गुड पोटेंशियल फॉर फ्यूचर. सो इट वाज ए गुड एग्जीबिशन बाय द गुजरात टीम.
सो लेट्स होप कि नेक्स्ट टाइम जब वो लोग खेले तो 6th नहीं, डायरेक्टली फर्स्ट आए. सो दैट इज़ वेयर वी वांट गुजरात टू बी. सो टॉकिंग अबाउट चेस, एक बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट टूर्नामेंट खेली गई थी इस साल, जिसकी चर्चा हमेशा से कोविड टाइम्स में हो रही थी कि वर्ल्ड चैम्पियनशिप चेस में कब होगी कब होगी कब होगी. एंड फाइनली जब वर्ल्ड चैम्पियनशिप हुई मैग्नस कार्लसन और नेपोमियाची के बीच में, सो उस वर्ल्ड चैम्पियनशिप के बारे में आप क्या कहना चाहते हैं? एज इन वो टूर्नामेंट कैसी थी, उससे हमें ओवरऑल क्या लर्निंग मिलता है? हम व्हाट इज़ द टेक दैट वी कैन टेक फ्रॉम दैट टूर्नामेंट?
एक्चुअली वर्ल्ड चैम्पियनशिप जो हुआ है ये दुबई में ऑर्गेनाइज हुआ था, और इनका बजट बहुत हाई था, $10 million. द प्राइज मनी इटसेल्फ वाज $6 million. और द मैग्नस कार्लसन वो 5th टाइम उन्होंने टूर्नामेंट में वर्ल्ड टाइटल जीता. लेकिन पहला हाफ में ऐसा लग रहा था या नेपोमियाची टफ फाइट दे रहे, क्योंकि उन्होंने 4 महीने से दिन रात प्रिपेयर किया. मे बी ही वॉज ओवर प्रिपेयर्ड. आई मे रिकॉल दैट आनंद वॉज प्लेइंग कास्पारो इन द PCA वर्ल्ड चैम्पियनशिप 95. आनंद ओवर प्रिपेयर्ड एंड ही वॉज हैविंग लेस एनर्जी ड्यूरिंग दैट match, then you are supposed to have more energy. So halfway through in the round 9, Anand was leading the match over Kasparov by 1 point. But suddenly in the span of 3, 4, 5 games he collapsed. The same thing was repeated here. I think Ian Nepomniachtchi, he collapsed in the second half, just could not match. And Magnus Carlsen, I think he is having the energy of a war horse, you know. so energetic, so fresh. Even after some 6-7 games, he was playing fresh and finding correct moves. And his preparation was par excellent. There is another psychological problem. You know, one of the most talented youngster of Russia, Daniel Dubois, the many people brand him as Mikhail Tal of modern era. He was in the team of Magnus Carlsen. So that was a psychological upset because Russian grandmaster knows very well उनका जो compatriot, उनका partner या जो colleague है वो क्या खेलते हैं, कैसा preparation करते हैं. So that was also could be a setback, and mainly I think he was over prepared for a lot of variations and had a psychological problem because Carlsen never repeated some positions. He every time changed and did some trick. Jan Nepomniachtchi did excellent execution to qualify and overcame lot of strong opposition. But I think कोई भी angle से somewhere it went wrong. It was either he was over prepared or there was a psychological problem and something it happened. It is Nakamura said it is the worst ever world championship. I don't think so, because Magnus Carlsen in the last 2 matches with Karyakin and Caruana, he won only on tie break. The 12 games were equal, and then he managed to win the match on tie break. But here there was no tie break was necessary. It was something like 7.5 and 3.5. So 6-7 draws without a win. I think this position is just one-sided. So I would say that somewhere something went wrong for Ian. It was not expected, and probably now other youngsters are working very hard and trying to put up a tough resistance or show up for the next event for the World Championship.
સો દર્શક મિત્રો, શાહુ સાહેબે આપણને જે વાત કીધી એના પરથી હું તમને એક ઇન્ટરેસ્ટિંગ વાત કહેવા માંગુ છું કે તમે નહીં જાણતા હો પણ હું નાની હતી ત્યારથી હું ચેસ રમું છું અને મારા કોચ છે એ શાહુ સર પોતે છે. સો હું જ્યારે નાની હતી ત્યારે મને પણ એવું જ હતું કે હું બહુ જ પ્રિપેર કરું ગેમ પહેલાં. હું ગેમની પહેલાં 5-6 કલાક કમ્પ્યુટરની સામે હોઉં, ચેસબોર્ડની સામે હોઉં. ત્યારે સર મને એક જ વાત કહેતા હતા કે તારે જો જીતવું હશે ને તો આરામ કર, તારા મગજને આરામ રહેશે ને તો જ તું સારું રિઝલ્ટ આપી શકીશ. તો કદાચ નેપોમિયાચીને થોડા આરામની જરૂરત હતી. દેટ ઇઝ વોટ આઈ ફીલ. ઓકે, કમિંગ બેક ટુ ગુજરાત. સો ગુજરાતના ઘણા પ્લેયર્સ છે. सो सर इतने सारे गुजरात के प्लेयर्स हैं, तो आप किसे एकदम बेस्ट प्लेयर मानते हैं गुजरात में से, या एज पर यू गुजरात के कौन से बेस्ट प्लेयर्स हैं जो प्रोड्यूस हुए हैं, और उसके कंपैरिजन में अभी लेटेस्ट जो प्लेयर्स बच्चे खेल रहे हैं उनका क्या प्रोग्रेस है?
अभी गुजरात में एक्चुअली आई एम इन्वॉल्व विद गुजरात प्लेयर्स एंड चेस फॉर लास्ट 20 years. Almost 20 years. But on 2014, I became the official coach of Gujarat State. However, before that trained many Gujarat players. For example, Tejas Bakre was my student, my Dhyani Dave my student. So Dhyani Dave is the first and the only woman international master who is here of Gujarat. And Tejas Bakre was the first grandmaster of Gujarat. And followed by Tejas Bakre, some other players also came up, like Ankit Rajpara became grandmaster, Valay Parikh became international master, and for Fenil Saha. Then there are lineup. There are other players are coming like Manu Saha. Then there are other players are also Doshi. I think I forgot his Doshi is also Mox Doshi is also coming up. So there are a lot of young women players also, like Dhyana Patel. She is doing very well, won the under 13 national. So Dhyani Dave is their model, and they are following in her footsteps to win more international events. And so Dhyani Dave was also under 14 Asian sub-zero champion at some time. So it was a major feat in her career, and I think we are having lot of talent now. As you say, that in boys, I would say Mukund Agarwal, Adi Jain, Vivan Vishal Shah from Surat, and then there are a lot of people are on the line there. Jian Shah, who recently got a very good rating. And in the girls section, Dhyana Patel, Biswa Vasnawala, then there is also, I found an under 8 or 10-year-old girl having 1800 rating. Under 8 or 10-year-old girl who is having a 1800 rating. It is really encouraging that another girl, who is this girl, I forgot who was playing in that tournament. Okay, there is another girl, that Rhea Banker. She is also did her performance. Some came two national performances, ASEAN also, All India School Chess Federation School Tournament. She was also competing to become this joint state champion, Dhyani Dave student. And also another girl, Hania Saha, also performed very well. So I find there is a lot of potential boys and girls are coming up, and in a span of 2-3 years, I'm sure there will be a dozen title holders will come up, new title holders will come up in Gujarat. And thanks to the grand support of Ajay Bhai Patel, he has supported, and after his support, Gujarat has done lot of international events. And the education is done by our Bhavesh Bhai Patel, who is taking lot of pain and trouble to organize internationals, and also encouraging lot of players on the board, off the board. So I think Gujarat chess future is very good with this help of organizers and support, and also the hard work of the players. I think it will come in a positive way.
So Gujarat is just taking a rocket speed and just going to reach the sky. That's what I feel. So, sir, COVID. So COVID has turned everything upside down, and पूरी दुनिया अभी ऑनलाइन हो चुकी है. पढ़ाई, स्कूल, स्पोर्ट्स, क्लासेस, सब कुछ ऑनलाइन. तो ये चेस ऑनलाइन के टाइम में बहुत ही प्रोग्रेस किया है चेस ने. सो चेस शायद हम ऐसा बोल सकते हैं कि नंबर 1 स्पोर्ट बन चुका है बिकॉज ऑफ कोविड. और घर पे बैठ के बच्चे अपने कंप्यूटर से चेस सीखते हैं, घर पे बैठ के ही टूर्नामेंट्स खेलते हैं. सो आप गुजरात में अभी ऑनलाइन ट्रेनिंग दे रहे हैं, और काफ़ी गुजरात मतलब ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम्स होल्ड कर रहा है, साथ ही में टूर्नामेंट्स कर रहा है. तो आपका इसके बारे में क्या कहना है कि ऑनलाइन टूर्नामेंट्स और ऑनलाइन ट्रेनिंग उसका कितना इम्पोर्टेंस है, और क्या ऑफलाइन बेटर है या ऑनलाइन बेटर है?
Actually, for playing, offline better, because you do not get a feeling online, and offline playing is something totally different. There is psychological pressure, there is some body language, and also the thrill of winning over an opponent is a class of mind. And online play is something different, because there are unfortunately there has been complaint that 60% players are cheating. I don't know, I don't believe, but there has been complaint. And you cannot just set aside this, because there is some player is playing at without mistake, a very young boy or a girl playing without a mistake for 20 moves. It is not acceptable. They could be trained also. They could have also worked very hard. But this is one drawback that many people are afraid. The second thing, online training has become a blessing in disguise. For example, I've been training, my training experience is since 1977, very long time. Now, only after the COVID started, the online training started. For example, I did lot of video recording. So far, I believe there are around some 1600 hours of video training is there, and it is recorded. One can go to Gujarat State Association website and can find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like episode where I have done all the entire end games by video. I don't think I would have done it if it was no COVID. So COVID has something come like a blessing in disguise for online coaching. And earlier I used to see some videos, but I was not interested. But now it is recorded, and also to do the online training, I need to work for what every session I have to work for 1 hour. So it has become more systematic. For doing off the board training, I don't have to prepare, because I know this variation I will discuss, this position I discuss which I know. But here it is going on record, so I cannot make a flaw here. Suppose I am teaching Sicilian Dragon, मैं Sicilian Dragon सिखा रहा हूँ, तो मुझे लेटेस्ट क्या है देखना जरूरी है, और डाटा इजीली मिल जाता है आजकल. यू कैन गेट इंटरनेट में को जो कल हुआ था आज मिल जाता है. सो ऑनलाइन ट्रेनिंग में बहुत फ़र्क है, क्योंकि उसमें से नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट व्यूअर्स ज़्यादा है. फॉर एग्जांपल, सपोज आई एम डूइंग ओवर द बोर्ड ट्रेनिंग, सो हाउ मेनी आई कैन ट्रेन? 15, 20, 30 मैक्सिमम, not more than that. But here my videos are seen by more than 100 or hundreds. So the advantage is more viewers are there, and also it is recorded. In case a player is busy, वो नहीं आ सकता है, तो वो रात को भी देख सकता है, next day भी देख सकता है. So the advantage of online and offline training and playing is totally different. I believe the players enjoy only over the board play. So because over the board play they get more time and also more feeling of a actual game. And here online, 15 minutes a game or half an hour a game, there is no fun. It is sort of lottery. I think we cannot do a match of 5-over cricket or 6-over cricket. It is like that. So there is a total difference. Total feeling is different. So that is the difference. However, it has come to a big change that players are hungry to play now. Now they want to over the board. They want over the board. So whenever there is a good tournament around, they all turn out. But there are restrictions because social distance, there are 1 meter distance, and also there is a government invigilator there. So there are so many restrictions are there. Despite people are waiting and welcoming, now over the board tournaments will start. And now third wave has started. I don't know how government is going to cope up and how the sports fraternity is going to cope up. So let us wait and watch the development.
So sir, आपके हिसाब से टूर्नामेंट्स ओवर द बोर्ड होनी चाहिए और कोचिंग का बेनिफिट अगर लेना है तो ऑनलाइन होना चाहिए. सो सर, मैं अपने पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस से आपसे ये बात बोलना चाहती हूँ कि हम पिछले 2 साल में हमारी एकेडमी ने 20,000 से ज़्यादा बच्चों को ट्रेन किया है. तो मैं आपके साथ 100% इस चीज़ पे अग्री होती हूँ कि अगर ऑनलाइन ट्रेनिंग होती है तो उसमें से आपका टाइम बचता है. दूसरी चीज़, जो ट्रेनर होते हैं वो आपके राइट इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू, सो आपके पास रिकॉर्डेड क्लासेस होते हैं. एंड अदर बेनिफिट आपके पास ये है कि आपके कोच दुनिया में चाहे कहीं भी हो, आप उनसे कोचिंग ले सकते हैं. सो ऑनलाइन कोचिंग तो सर चेस में पहले से रहा है, राइट, कि कोविड आया है तो ऑनलाइन कोचिंग बढ़ा है, बट कोविड से पहले भी ऑनलाइन कोचिंग था. सो इट्स अ ग्रेट अपॉर्चुनिटी जो सबके पास आई है कि आप ऑनलाइन सीख सकते हो. बट यस, मैं आपसे एज अ प्लेयर मैं आपकी बात से 100% सहमत हूँ कि खेलने का मज़ा तो प्लेयर के सामने आता है और उन्हें हराने के बाद वो शक्ल देखने का मज़ा तो ऑन द बोर्ड ही आ सकती है सर. सो जैसे हम ये खेल की बात कर रहे हैं, तो वर्ल्ड में ऐसे कौन से दूसरे प्लेयर्स हैं जो इतने टफ है कि कार्लसन को कंपटीशन दे सकते हैं? लाइक कार्लसन इज लाइक करंटली द गॉड ऑफ चेस, हम ऐसे बोल सकते हैं, बट ही इज गॉट लाइक नर्व्स ऑफ स्टील. पर उससे हराने के लिए ऐसे कौन सी नई टैलेंट्स वर्ल्ड में है जो ये कोशिश कर सकती है?
Actually, it's a good question. Magnus Carlsen won the world title 5th time in a row. That too, he is not so old. So still he is around his early 30. So it is really a great achievement for a 30-year-old chess player to win the title 5 times. Our Indian legend Viswanathan Anand also won 5 times. So Kasparov dominated the chess world for 20 years. Now Magnus Carlsen, he has been doing very good and great, but one thing is that only technically he is great. For example, the games, now when you go back to Kasparov's games, you can find 500 brilliant games, sacrifices, attack. There is some, playing for gallery. You are watching Rahul Dravid hitting a century. You are watching Chris Gayle hitting a century. There is a difference. 1, you make 100 in some 80 balls, 60 balls. But, Chris Gayle makes it in 21 balls. So, there are players like Sachin Tendulkar. He can hit also, he can also play solid. So Magnus Carlsen chess is very solid and also pure technical in nature. I mean, rarely he takes chance where he can also lose. I think he has also played some attacking games, no doubt, but number of attacking games are very few. And he doesn't take chance, pure technique, but he has that kind of energy to play a long game of 100 moves and next day he is again fresh. So there are players, creative players like Ivanchuk, very creative player. Or a positional genius like Kramnik. There are Anand is somewhere in between. He is also attacking, he is also positional. However, games like of Kasparov, Tal, they are missing from the games of Magnus Carlsen. But he is maintaining. For example, Smyslov was a great technical player. In those days, he was one of the greatest technical players. Ulf Andersson of Sweden, who is currently coach of Argentina, or Petrosian or Smyslov, they were great in technique. However, the technique of Magnus Carlsen is par excellence and number 1 in the world in the history of chess now. And very strange, Magnus Carlsen got a rating of around 2700 at a very early age. But in those days, even after reaching 2675, 2700 strength, he was making lot of mistakes in end game in his early career. If you go back to data, you can see many mistakes in end game. But then he worked very hard for 3 years and became number one in this technical game. He was the second of Viswanathan Anand in one of the World Championship match. In the match, so Anand after the match said, "This is Carlson's words I am repeating, that I am feeling so weak compared to this." But same Carlson worked very hard, became very top boss in the technical chess in the world. So quality of the moves also very high. It is rarely he makes a weak pawn, weak square or something without any compensation. So we can learn a lot in Carlson game. However, there are now youngsters are coming. If one has to go through World Championship, it is like crossing a river infested with crocodiles, infested with some poisonous snakes. So now the scenario has changed. There are a lot of youngsters, for example, Daniel Dubois. I can say Jan Duda of Poland. I can say So Wesley, Nakamura, Anish Giri from, there are lot of youngsters. Now recently a young boy, Satarov from Uzbekistan, he won the World Cup. Now I will not rule out our Indian players, but like Pragananda or Nihal Sarin, but they are still a long way to reach that point. So our other grandmasters like Hari Krishna and Vidit Gujarati, they are also doing great, but still there is still a lot of preparation is required, because to be a world champion you need financial backing, you need a team of grandmasters to work for, you need lot of support which is lacking for our players, because normally the Indian players come on their own with the support of parents, they work very hard, but then they lack. For example, now Hari Krishna was very talented. I don't think he got the kind of support. So like that, go on. Let us see, wait and watch for the next world cycle.
નમસ્કાર દર્શક મિત્રો, બસ આજનો કાર્યક્રમ અહીંયા જ સમાપ્ત થાય છે અને મને ધ્યાની દવેને રજા આપજો. આજ સાથે હું તમને વિશ કરું છું અ વેરી વેરી હેપી ન્યૂ યર અને આ વર્ષ તમારા લાઈફનું બેસ્ટ હોય. થેન્ક યુ સો મચ.
Thank you very much, દર્શક મિત્રો. I am very glad to be here with one of my most favorite student and the bright talented Dhyani Dave, the first WIM. So आपको मेरा नववर्ष को शुभकामना, सबको मेरा नमस्कार.